friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. This is Camilla of C_loves planning. Thank you so much for being here with me to do this memory spread. I'm using a kit from Scribble Prints Co. It was one of the pop mysteries called Haunted Mansion. Pulling it in just because we went and saw the new Haunted Mansion movie, and a bunch of foil from Kristen's planner. I used the Haunted Mansion underlays, sorry about the clicking, and the confetti foil bundle, and there were a bunch of my scripts from my Linner Designs freebie. I always just end up buying those in a bunch of other colors because I love them so much, but you can use Camilla15 to save 15% in her shop, or if you're shopping sales, you can just put my name in the notes to still get the freebie. And yeah, did I already mention foil color was deep purple, if I didn't mention that. And I want to apologize. I feel like I can never hear other people's background noises in their videos, but just in case you're hearing the background noise in mine, I do apologize. My neighbors have had their lawnmower going since 8 a.m. this morning, and it is now just a couple minutes before 12. So, love them to death, but I do not understand WTF they are doing out there. Their lawn is not that big. This is ridiculous at this point, but honestly, just if I didn't do this voiceover now, I would not have a chance to do it without kid background noise, which is definitely louder and more distracting than a lawnmower. So, tried to pick the quieter option, I guess, and hopefully it's not too bad. I'll try to listen to at least some of this and make sure it's not too terrible. If it is, we'll just redo it and have a gap in the videos, but I'd rather not have that happen because I am going out of town this weekend, so fingers crossed this works out. But and also our laundry. So sorry if you hear the washing machine because that's always going. But anyway, and yeah, when I was putting down the base of this, I was a little bit torn on the full boxes because the cast in the movie was definitely one of the best parts of it. Like, they were all phenomenal. I loved the cast. So since this spread was for seeing the movie, I sort of felt like I needed to use them. But just in like the art itself, I just kind of preferred the other boxes. So I don't know. I felt kind of bad leaving most of the characters off, but I just sort of picked my few favorites. Not that they were like my favorite in the movie. I liked all of them, but my favorite, like art-wise, like the look of these certain characters the best. So that's why there's not more of them in there. I just kind of focused on the other elements. I did love this extender, like flippy box situation that I did with Madame Leota, like her in the ball and her out of it. Like, that one made me really happy. And I really liked the Foolish Mortals overlay over there on all of them, like in the house. I thought that was really cute. I ended up putting, sorry, Luna adjusting the background noises. I mean, what can you do? Anyway, I was trying to say that I put the I did quote overlay. I think that's, I don't know, isn't that supposed to be from The Bride in the Ride? I don't know. But I liked the look of it over her. Sorry, the dog's adjusting. They never make as much noise as anytime I try to do a voiceover. I don't get it. But anyway, I just wanted something over her. I wanted one purple and one silver on each side. I don't know. I can't remember if she says anything like that in the movie, but she does talk about like her gifts and stuff, I guess. So maybe that works for her there. But if you're looking at that and going, I think that was The Bride. I'm pretty sure it was too, but let's pretend it works there. Anyway, okay. Now we're into the day by day. I think I said all the rambly housekeeping stuff I needed to, but we'll see. I put in first thing that I made waffles, and I'm using some of these new Halloween character like zombie girls. Oh, there she is from McPlans. They are so cute. You're going to see a ton of them in this spread. They've got green and purple. They match it so perfectly. I couldn't help myself. I pulled in so many of them pretty much everywhere. But I do PR for Michelle's shop, so if you're shopping at McPlans, you can use same thing, Camilla15, or put my name in the notes to get my freebie. And then the Make Waffles script is a custom from Planner Pixie Co. Then below that, another zombie girl on the phone. That's to mark Sweet Ashley from Ashley Tries to Plan. Sure, you've already heard of her, but just in case you haven't, go check her out. Her spreads are amazing, and she is a doll, but she helped me out with this question that I had about how to do something on stories. It had been driving me nuts for a long time, but I was like really embarrassed to ask anybody, and she was so kind and helped me out so much and didn't make me feel stupid. Like, she was just, love her. So marked that. I love nice people. Then below that in the flap, I used the ghost that just looks like what, because that's how I felt. I found out that the next day we were going to be hosting a party for my mother-in-law. I didn't know about it at this point yet. So I just felt like, that panic of, oh my gosh, I've got to do so many things to get ready for that and get the house ready for that and everything like that. So I was stressed. Then I did a ton of cleaning. It's another McPlan zombie girl. I'll try not to say that every single time because really you're going to see 1,000 of them here. They were too perfect. I couldn't resist. And then I did shower, shave, and tan. That fox and cactus witch on the broom, marking that I was in my feelings. It just kind of put me in a mood. And then below that, another phone, just marking that I had a good but really emotional talk with one of my friends on the phone. So she was crying, I was crying, but all good things. Anyway, so marked that. Next column, sorry, doing laundry, and then the picture with the trapeze girl falling into the alligator mouth. I thought that one was funny to mark that we had a sinkhole, which is just crazy to me. I don't know. I mean, I've heard of sinkholes, but I've never had one happen in an area that I live. And this one happened on a pretty major road, pretty close to our house. The whole thing was shut down. It was a pretty massive sinkhole, I think, just from all the crazy rain we had been getting. But anyway, I thought that was a funny way to mark the sinkhole. She's falling. You fall in a sinkhole. I don't know. And then I used a bed to mark just that Emmy would not sleep that night. She was awake super late and just kept coming in a million times. Another fox and cactus girl. I loved her purple blanket and the little bats on her, which you can't really tell in my nails, but my accent nail, I did do little bat glitter pieces in there. So anyway, that was a cute detail to me that you can't even tell, but that's all right. Sorry, then going into the next day, I did the Mickey Mouse looking one, just to mark that I was getting ready for the day. And then the mom and little one zombie, I put that I took Emmy to her first birthday party, the first one that, not the first one she's been to, but the first one where it was an invitation just for her, just given to her birthday party for one of her friends. She was so thrilled. It was the cutest thing. She carried around the invitation for that party for weeks. And anytime she didn't know where it was, she'd be like, oh, where's my invitation? She was so excited about this. It was so cute. So I took her for that. And I also got to see one of her favorite little friends that she talks about at her preschool. She mentions him all the time, so it was really cute to see her playing with him at the birthday party. They were just such little buddies. It was so cute. And then below that, the swimming marshmallow, that's paper and milk. I did a swimming one because we were having the birthday party for my mother-in-law, and we just did a swimming one. Everybody came over and had a pool party. And then the Stick with the Plan Co girl with the cake, that we did cake. We had already given her presents on her birthday, so we just had cake, and Lily was, we had played it before, but she was, air quotes, teaching us to play Heads Up 7-Up, but we didn't have that many of us there, so we were playing Heads Up 3-Up, and it was just really cute. We had a lot of fun. And then the Carly Plans chalk. It was cute. Emmy was calling it tricky chalk, where she would do like a crazy scribble, and then I had to try to trace over top of it and not miss any of the parts that she did. Anyway, and then Lily came over and started doing it with us too, and they were laughing so hard. It was just really cute. So that was tricky chalk. And then Andrew up there, this column that you can see now with the munchkin and the fly swatter, he was floating in the pool and like laying on like recliner floaty, and he had a fly swatter in his hand and he was swatting it. I've mentioned them before, but those little bugs that we get, they look like ants, but they like fly and they sting and they're awful. Anyway, so he was like, it was just funny because he was laying there in the pool all relaxed, reclining, but like swatting at the water, which just made me laugh. Then we got Indian takeout. I had one of the absolute worst nightmares I've ever had in my life. It was like, ugh, I still am just so creeped out by it, so grossed out by it. Like, ugh, I honestly, I wouldn't even talk with my husband about it when I woke up from it because I was just like so disturbed by it. Anyway, awful nightmare, worst one I've ever had, I think. And then a Serenity now for my Leonard Designs freebie and that Diet Coke can. It wasn't Diet Coke, but Emmy had a soda and she was walking around with it and dropped the can. It hadn't been opened yet. So, it's already bad when a kid drops a cup of anything. It kind of splashes and gets all up on the cabinets and like the underside of the cabinets and like little places where you have to be on the hunt to find it basically. But since it was a can of soda, it like exploded and splashed. So it was like on the ceiling and everything. I mean, it was quite the disaster. I'm sure there's still to this day a bunch of soda in places that I haven't found. So that was a mess. I was cleaning the floors, which I loved the little maid girl, the little Haunted Mansion maid for that. And then below that, the paper shower bunny laughing. It was really funny. Lily said, "Did you know that bells used to be the noisiest things on Earth? But now me and Emmy are the noisiest things on Earth?" And that made me laugh really hard. So I had to mark that. And then the paper shower, like 2 bunnies below that laughing. If you've seen on Netflix, my girls like this show called Storks. It's really cute, but yeah, there's one in there where he says, "How you like me now?" But he says it in like a weird whiny voice, which I'm not going to do right now, but but it's funny, and our family has been laughing about that forever. But that day in particular, like just all day long, we'd just randomly say it and crack. Everybody would start laughing about it again. But so that was a running gag all day. It's been longer than that, but in particular that day we were laughing about it a lot. Had some planning time. Excuse me. Bear had an accident, you laundry, another one for getting cute, and then we went to Haunted Mansion, and I pulled in an Alicia Crafts movie marquee overlay on that. I love doing that, especially when we go see a movie. Like, that little touch just makes me so, so happy. I love those. And then those ghosts I put in that bottom box that we went to the movie. We were meeting up with our friends, which they were actually the reason we went to go see this movie. We were planning on seeing Barbie that night, but they were like, "Oh, hey, we're going to see Haunted Mansion. You guys should come to that with us instead." So we went, but I hadn't been thinking we would go see this movie for a long time, so I hadn't really looked into it or anything. Yeah, turns out this movie is rated PG-13, so yeah, major parenting fail on my part, I guess, but I was really confused because they have little kids, our girls same ages, so, and it was their idea to go to this one, so I kind of thought that they would have looked at that before getting us to go with them. Anyway, whole thing, but it ended up being fine. Emmy was super tired that night. She slept through, I think, 95% of it, and Lily was really distracted there with their girl. They were like excited about their ice cream and stuff, and any little scary parts, like Andrew was sitting next to her, so he was careful about covering her eyes for things that were too scary. But yeah, this one's rated PG-13, so if you didn't know that, now you know. We got ice cream. Later that night, I was watching Big Brother with my husband. That's on my McPlans freebie you would have already seen. I did a little foil heart that I cut, just something that made me really sad. Next, watched Aladdin. Those are from McPlans. And then we went to the zoo, and that's a hippo from Fox and Cactus. And that's actually the very, very start of Monday, but that's okay. It didn't need to say Monday at the very top. Anyway, that's the spread. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed, it'd mean the world to me if you'd consider subscribing. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.